From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the News 8 Daily 8 Podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update.
Hi, I'm Kylie Conway, and this is your News 8 Daily 8 for Friday, May 12th. The rain's going to be scattered and on and off throughout the day. Severe weather is not expected, according to our Storm Track 8 weather team. Going to be a little cooler with highs in the mid-70s, but it's going to feel muggy. As far as tomorrow, scattered rain and storm chances will continue into the day, potentially into Saturday night as well, but it won't be as active as today will be. Marcus Bailey says still plenty of chances to get outside. Again, really spotty in nature, so don't cancel plans. Maybe just have that umbrella handy. IFD says a man is critically injured after a boat flipped on the White River. It happened yesterday evening, just west of downtown. When rescuers got there, they saw a boat upside down in the water and a man standing on top of it, who told them another person was still in the water. Divers found the man about 40 minutes later. IFD says he was taken to the hospital in critical condition. FEMA is reaching out to Hispanic families affected by recent tornadoes. Millions of federal dollars are available for rebuilding and recovery from the March 31st outbreak. Disaster recovery centers are operating across the state. FEMA says not enough Hispanic people have asked for help. The agency says it will help anyone regardless of their immigration status. Applications for help are open until June 14th. Pandemic-related asylum restrictions known as Title 42 have officially expired. Officials say migrants are racing to the border to enter the United States before new restrictions set in. Under Title 42, the federal government was able to quickly expel millions of migrants. Now, the U.S. is encouraging asylum seekers to go through a new legal immigration process. The Department of Homeland Security says it is ready for the policy shift.
We prepared for this moment for almost 2 years, and our plan will deliver results. We are clear-eyed about the challenges we are likely to face in the days and weeks ahead, and we are ready to meet them.
A federal judge is also stopping the Biden administration from releasing migrants in custody of Border Patrol without court notices. The judge handed down the temporary ruling late yesterday. The Department of Homeland Security says more than 28,000 migrants are currently being held. A new federal ruling may force all states to allow 18, 19, and 20-year-olds to buy handguns. A judge in Virginia says a law that prevents federally licensed dealers from selling to adults under 21 violates the Second Amendment. The judge wrote many rights of citizenship are granted at 18 years old. It's the latest decision to strike down gun laws in the wake of a landmark Supreme Court decision last year. Justices said judges should no longer consider whether the law serves public interests like enhancing public safety. The Justice Department and the ATF could appeal the ruling. Representative George Santos returns to the Capitol for the first time since his indictment. Reporters peppered him with questions as he arrived. Santos has signed an agreement with prosecutors in Brazil to avoid prosecution over bad checks. Santos was accused of forging 2 stolen checks in 2008 when he was 19. His attorney says Santos is no longer the subject of any case in Brazil, but declined to provide any details about the agreement. 2 men who admitted to cheating at a fishing tournament in Ohio are going to jail. A judge yesterday sentenced Jacob Runyon of Ohio and Chase Kaminsky of Pennsylvania to 10 days behind bars. Kaminsky must also forfeit his $100,000 fishing boat. The cheating allegations first surfaced in September of last year when a walleye fishing tournament director became suspicious of heavy fish turned in by the men. A crowd of people watched as the director cut the walleye open and found weights and fillets stuffed inside. And here in Indianapolis, the Motor Speedway gates are open for Grand Prix weekend. The gates opened to the public at 7:30 this morning. The first IndyCar Series practice runs from 9:30 to 10:45. The second practice is from 1 to 2 this afternoon. Then qualifications for the race are 4 to 5:15. There are lots of other races happening today as well in between those times. Now, general admission for practice and qualifying is $20. Children 15 and under get in free with a paying adult. And, of course, race day is tomorrow. Gates open for fans same time, 7:30 in the morning, with the GMR Grand Prix running at 3:30. A $70 million apartment complex is coming to Broad Ripple. Crews broke ground yesterday where the Kroger used to sit on Guilford Avenue. Developers say the complex will be called Versa and feature 233 studio apartments, a fitness center, and a pet park. It'll also give people easy access to bus routes. Construction is set to finish up next year. And to business headlines, Twitter owner Elon Musk said earlier that he'd picked a new chief executive without naming the person. The Wall Street Journal reports NBC Universal's head of advertising, Linda Yaccarino, is in talks to become the new CEO of Twitter. Twitter insiders want the current head of trust and safety, Ella Irwin. Whoever the new CEO is will take over in about 6 weeks. Southwest Airlines Co-Pilots Union said its members had approved a strike mandate by an overwhelming majority ahead of the busy summer travel season. 98% voted in favor. Southwest said the vote result will not impact its operations. U.S. prices of baby food and formula jumped by the most on record to an all-time high last month. Suppliers blame the cost of adjusting to new government guidance aimed at avoiding another widespread shortage. From a year ago, prices are up 8.8%. Google will label fake images created with its AI. Google will embed information called a markup inside images created by its AI models that will warn people it was originally created by a computer. The move is the most significant effort by a big tech company so far to label and classify output from so-called generative AI. And finally, to the Colts, no primetime games in the season ahead. The NFL released the regular season schedule last night, and it doesn't include any Thursday, Sunday, or Monday night games. So let's go over who the team will play. The Colts open the season at home against the Jaguars on September 10th. Then it's back-to-back road games against the Texans and the Ravens. The Colts head to North Carolina November 5th to take on former head coach Frank Reich and the Panthers. The following week, the Colts travel to Germany to take on the Patriots. The team's final 3 games will be on the road against the Falcons on Christmas Eve, at home against the Raiders on New Year's Eve, and at home against division rival Houston. The team will see a divisional opponent in 4 of its first 6 games, and the team will play 4 teams that made the playoffs last year: Baltimore, Cincinnati, Jacksonville, and Tampa Bay. There is still a chance the Colts could play in primetime, but it's not locked in on the schedule yet. There is a game against the Steelers that does not have a specific day or a time, so we'll wait to see what that is. Have a wonderful weekend, everyone, and happy Mother's Day to all those moms out there. This has been your News 8 Daily 8 for Wish TV. I'm Kylie Conway, online at wishtv.com, and like us on Facebook when you search Wish TV.
This is the News 8 Daily 8 podcast with Wish TV's Kylie Conway. A Wish TV News 8 update on demand. For even more, on demand and on the go. Connect with Wish TV on Facebook at wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile app. Thank you for listening. And be sure to like, subscribe, and follow this podcast for updates every weekday morning on the All Indiana Podcast Network and wherever you get your podcast.